Godzilla, the Alpha Constant. Godzilla is the alpha predator of the MonsterVerse and the power ceiling against which every other Titan is measured. Standing over 350 feet tall with a massive armored reptilian body, he's defined by his iconic dorsal fins that glow blue when charging his atomic breath, a devastating radioactive beam capable of burning through other Titans with ease. In Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, Godzilla appears in archival footage from the 2014 San Francisco attack, then surfaces again in 2015 to intervene in a Titan conflict. His role in the series is decisive. When the Ion Dragon emerges as a major threat in the finale, Godzilla battles and overpowers it without hesitation. He burns the dragon with his atomic breath at point-blank range, tears off one of its wings, and rips out a tail spike, demonstrating overwhelming physical superiority. Godzilla's thick scales and regenerative biology make him nearly invulnerable. Human weapons have virtually no effect on him. In Season 1, no Titan manages to inflict serious injury on him. Only extreme weapons like nuclear bombs have posed threats in broader MonsterVerse lore, but none appear here. Godzilla functions as the ultimate baseline. If a creature can't survive an encounter with him, it's not an Apex Titan. His presence establishes the stakes and the hierarchy. Ion Dragon, the multi-era threat. The Ion Dragon is the most complex non-Godzilla Titan in Season 1, appearing across multiple decades and serving as the series' primary antagonist. This winged serpentine creature was first alluded to in 1943 when it sank the USS Lawton, a Navy destroyer, by tearing through its steel hull with razor-sharp claws and dragging the entire ship from the Pacific Ocean into a Philippine jungle. In 1952, young Monarch agents encounter the Ion Dragon inside the wrecked Lawton. Decades later, in 1962, Monarch deliberately lures it using a gamma-ray emitting device, exploiting the creature's ability to detect and home in on radiation sources. The Ion Dragon is trifibious. It flies, swims, and walks on land with equal capability. Its body glows with ionized radiation, leaving luminous blue trails in flight that Monarch uses to track its movements. What makes the Ion Dragon dangerous is its tactical intelligence. During its 2015 battle with Godzilla in the Axis Mundi realm, it recognizes that Godzilla's glowing dorsal fins signal an incoming atomic breath attack. The dragon responds by spraying nacre, a sticky, bioluminescent secretion, directly into Godzilla's face, temporarily blinding him and disrupting the charge. This shows problem-solving ability, not just animal instinct. Despite its speed and agility in aerial combat, the Ion Dragon ultimately loses to Godzilla's raw power. Godzilla hurls it into a mountainside, blasts it at point-blank range, and tears off a wing and tail spike. The dragon retreats through a collapsing portal, injured but alive. It's fast and smart, but not strong enough to challenge the Alpha. Endoswarmers/Endopedes, the radiation hive. Endoswarmers are insectoid titans first discovered by Monarch in 1959 beneath a nuclear plant in Kazakhstan. When researchers ventured into underground caverns, they found a cluster of eggs that hatched into pale, centipede-like larvae, each the size of a large dog with armored segmented bodies, sharp dorsal spikes, and long antennae for sensing their environment. These creatures lack visible eyes and navigate entirely through vibration and chemical detection. What makes them terrifying is their hive behavior. Individually, endoswarmers don't bite or claw, they swarm. During the 1959 incident, newborn larvae piled onto scientist Keiko Miura, pinning her down by sheer numbers and dragging her into a pit. This coordinated attack suggests collective intelligence. They work together to overwhelm prey far larger than themselves. Endoswarmers feed on radiation. The nuclear reactor's energy lured them to the surface from the hollow Earth, and Monarch noticed radiation readings would vanish whenever the creatures were nearby. They were literally absorbing it. This makes them both a cleanup mechanism and a threat. Any active reactor becomes a feeding ground. Decades later in 2015, an adult endopede, a full-grown Titan-scale version of the larvae, erupts from the same Kazakhstan site during a Monarch operation. The adult is massive, retaining the multi-legged arthropod form, but magnified to colossal size. Both larval and adult forms share a critical weakness: conventional weapons work. In 1959, Army officer Lee Shaw killed several larvae with a pistol, proving they lack the durability of true Apex Titans. Mother Longlegs, Skull Island ambush predator. Mother Longlegs is a giant spider superspecies native to Skull Island, standing 18 to 23 feet tall with extremely long bamboo-like legs that hold its central body high off the ground. One appears in a 1973 flashback ambushing Monarch cryptozoologist Bill Randa in a dense bamboo forest. The creature's primary advantage is camouflage. Its legs are textured and colored to perfectly mimic bamboo stalks, allowing it to blend seamlessly into jungle foliage. Randa didn't notice the spider until it was nearly on top of him. By then, it was too late to run. Mother Longlegs kills by impalement. Its razor-sharp legs function as spears, stabbing into prey and injecting a paralytic venom called Mother's Milk. Once the victim is immobilized, tendrils from the spider's underbelly wrap around the body, pulling it into the creature's stomach for digestion. Despite this horror movie efficiency, Mother Longlegs is fragile for a Titan. During the 1973 encounter, a Mantelclaw severed one of its legs with a single claw strike. In Kong, Skull Island, soldiers killed a Mother Longleg using gunfire and machetes, proving that sustained firepower or bladed weapons can cut through its spindly limbs. It's an ambush predator, not a durable fighter. Mantelclaw, the sleeping ambush titan. Mantelclaw is a colossal crab-like titan introduced in Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, first encountered on Skull Island in 1973. It resembles an enormous crab with 6 crustacean legs and 2 massive clawed arms. Its rocky carapace is colored in gray, brown, and dull red, mimicking volcanic rock so convincingly that neither Bill Randa nor the Mother Longlegs hunting him noticed it lying dormant on the ground. This camouflage makes Mantelclaw a perfect ambush predator. It burrows into or lies against rocky terrain, remaining motionless until prey wanders close. When the Mother Longlegs chased Randa to a coastal cliff, Mantelclaw erupted from the ground beneath them, triggering a brutal predator versus predator fight. Mantelclaw's claws are devastatingly powerful. During the battle, it snapped off one of the spider's legs with a single cut, demonstrating shearing strength capable of severing limbs. The two titans grappled violently, eventually tumbling off a cliff into the ocean together. Despite its strength, Mantelclaw isn't invincible. The Mother Longlegs managed to stab one of its eyes before being overpowered, and both creatures survived the fall. Neither decisively won. Mantelclaw's thick armor protects it, but a comparably strong opponent can force it back or injure vulnerable spots like its eyes. Frost Vark, the thermal predator. Frost Vark is a mole-like titan accidentally discovered in the Alaskan tundra in 2015 when Kentaro Randa and his team investigated a remote crash site. Monarch had no prior record of this creature. It erupted from beneath the ice without warning, killing one team member and destroying their plane. Standing roughly 40 feet tall at the shoulder, it resembles a hybrid of an aardvark, mole, and pangolin with thick armor plating over its back and massive digging claws on its forelimbs. The Frost Vark is a subterranean ambush predator that can tunnel rapidly through ice and permafrost. It senses vibrations and bursts out from below to attack. In one instance, it launched itself from an underground tunnel so fast it nearly snagged a departing helicopter mid-flight. What makes it uniquely deadly is its freezing inhale ability. The Frost Vark feeds on heat. It can inhale warm air and thermal energy from its surroundings, flash freezing everything nearby. During the attack, it inhaled the body heat from team member Duho, freezing him solid in seconds before shattering his body. This thermal feeding causes an instant temperature drop so severe that moisture crystallizes into ice. The creature hunts by thermalocation, detecting the largest heat source nearby. Shaw and Kentaro exploited this weakness by igniting a flare and gasoline fire away from themselves, luring the Frost Vark to the decoy heat signature. Monarch ultimately neutralized the threat by detonating the Hollow Earth access point in Alaska, sealing the creature back underground rather than fighting it directly. Brambleboar, Axis Mundi hybrid. Brambleboar is a titan native to Axis Mundi, a bizarre pocket realm between the surface world and the Hollow Earth. It appears in Episode 9 when Kate Randa falls through a portal into this prehistoric forest environment. The creature resembles an enormous wild boar the size of a small building, but with twisted wooden horns and gnarled branches growing directly out of its body. These brambles, some with leaves, some bare like dead wood, protrude from its back and head, giving it a half-plant, half-animal appearance. It also has large upward curving tusks similar to a babirusa, a jagged-toothed mouth, and bark-like textures on its thick hide. Initially, the Brambleboar shows curiosity rather than aggression. It sniffs Kate and snorts air in her face before wandering away. But the moment she tries to crawl to safety, it becomes territorial and charges with surprising speed. Despite its size, the Brambleboar is shockingly vulnerable. Keiko Randa stops it with a single arrow to the face from a primitive bow. The creature squeals in pain and retreats immediately. raising questions about whether it truly qualifies as a Titan at all. Kong, the Silent Endgame. Kong doesn't appear as an active character in Season 1, but his cameo in the finale carries massive weight. By 2017, Kong is the reigning apex titan of Skull Island, a bipedal ape hundreds of feet tall with brown fur, immense physical strength, and tool-using intelligence established in Kong Skull Island and later MonsterVerse films. In Monarch Legacy of Monsters, survivors of the Axis Mundi incident resurface at a secret facility on Skull Island. As Monarch's escape craft lifts off, the jungle canopy begins shaking violently. We hear Kong's distant roar. He's approaching to investigate the disturbance. The team evacuates immediately because Kong is fiercely territorial and does not tolerate intruders on his island. This brief moment serves multiple purposes. It confirms the timeline overlap with Kong Skull Island, reminds viewers that Skull Island has its own alpha separate from Godzilla, and sets up Season 2 stakes. Kong isn't just another monster, he's a political force. His presence signals that Monarch's operations are happening in contested territory, and confronting him was never part of the mission. They leave before he arrives.